regulations that are still woefully inadequate even after the 2012 revisions. I also want to apologize because I am not that well prepared for this. I intend to submit additional information, but I have been busy struggling trying to get water for my daughter. Apparently, last week, after having brown water, no water, she has no water at all in her house. And it is totally due to the industry and their well pad that is next to it. Their spring ran dry. We have been told that there is a large amount of production water coming off of the well pad, more so than any other pad, and they are draining her aquifer. She has no water, she's in a home, and I've spent making 15 or 20 phone calls today. I was told by the DEP that my procedures were inconveniencing them. So I'd like to address some of the things that I'd like to see changed. First of all, I wanted to speak about some of our elected officials who are not speaking the whole truth for us. For instance, when Commissioner McClinko testified at your hearing at Williamsport on behalf of Bradford County, I was very interested in finding out what he actually said. When I heard his testimony and then read it, I was appalled. To me, it sounded like some commercial for the gas industry, and he actually had nothing to add in the way of commenting on the regulations. I have not been able to look through all the written comments, so I am not sure as to whether any of the commissioners in Bradford County or other counties have actually taken the time to comment on the proposed regulations. They are being paid to do things like this. I am not. I'm spending my time taking away from my family to do it. I would think that if they are in a taxpayer-paid position that requires them to protect the public, that they should have submitted recommendations for change, or at very least comments. I would hope that other township officials have done so as well. If all of Commissioner McClinko's praise of the industry, he failed to mention all of the mistakes and problems of the past, as well as those that still exist in the county, even though he's supposed to be representing all of his constituents. He spoke about the Chicken Little naysayers that go around spewing misinformation about what goes on in the Marcellus. Well, I'm proud to be one of those Chicken Little naysayers he's referring to. I and many others are not spewing misinformation. I am very careful to get accurate, documented information, and I have plenty of it to support my accusations. I would like to remind the Commissioner that we would not be standing here tonight if people like me and others had not spoken up. Marcellus gas has been good in Bradford County. To some and to others, it has come as a steep cost, such as losing the quality and quantity of their water, being exposed to chemical contamination, and having our air and soil compromised. With that being said, I hope to make some remarks that would apply to the proposed regulations. The area that I wanted to focus on was the protection of our water supplies. I commend the department for making changes to include not only the construction of the well, but all of the activities evolved around it. Because we are finding through document review and personal interviews that pollution or diminution of a water supply can occur at any time, not just when they're drilling. I have a comment with the amount of time it will take to investigate a claim and make a determination. I would like to ask you, as a department, I know you can't answer, how you expect a person to live in their home, either with polluted water or no water for 45 days. There needs to be a revision to this change that takes into the consideration what the homeowner's needs are. Another comment is, I'd like to know if the department considered if there was a definition to pollution and diminution in the current proposed regulations. Because if we do not define things, people misinterpret them. With regards to the quality clause of the proposed regulations, I would like a clarification of the way in which this is drafted. Do the current changes mean that if the water quality prior to drilling exceeded the standards of the PA Safe Drinking Water Act, that the supply would have to be restored or replaced to the standards that exceeded the act? if that is the case, I am in agreement, but if it means that the industry can come in and replace or restore my water to something less than what I had before, I am not in agreement.
Ms. Knapp, we will have to ask you to conclude your remarks.
Okay,
Your
I just
time
have one
is
other
up.
comment. I want to know how a consent order can be agreed to without the involvement of a homeowner. And also, another suggestion is to have a log at the entrance of the well pads that will indicate all activity that's done on that well pad at all times. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.